African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Poddubnoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command in combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of July 6, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Sumy region have improved the situation along the front line. They inflicted damage on the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized, Ranger, airborne assault brigades, 2 assault regiments, a battalion of unmanned systems of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Ryzhevka, Andreevka, Pisarevka, Kharkiv, Unikovka, Sadki, Verkino, and Andreevka in the Sumy region. In the Kharkiv direction, units of the Mechanized Brigade, Assault Regiment of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Territorial Defense Brigade, and Border Detachment of the Border Service of Ukraine were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Volchansk, Okremovka, Volchansk, Katora, Gadish, and Poddubnoye in the Kharkiv region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine lost more than 175 servicemen, a tank, a combat armored vehicle, 11 vehicles, and 5 field artillery guns. A warehouse of material resources was destroyed. Units of the West Group of Forces, as a result of decisive actions, liberated the settlement of Sobolevka in the Kharkiv region. For mechanized, assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 2 territorial defense brigades, and a National Guard brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Gleshkovka, Novosibirsk, Kupiansk, Nizhny Solno in the Kharkiv region, Karpovka, Torskoy, and Drobashevo in the Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost over 230 servicemen, 6 vehicles, and 3 artillery pieces. 5 electronic warfare stations, a US-made and /TPQ-50 counter-battery warfare station, and 4 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Forces improved their tactical position. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 4 mechanized, mountain assault, airmobile brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Nikolaevka, Zvanovka, Seversk, Minkovka, Serebryanka, Fedorovka, Chasov and Sherbanovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 115 servicemen, a vehicle, 5 field artillery guns, an electronic warfare station, an ammunition depot, and 2 warehouses of material. Units of the Center Group of Forces continued to advance into the depths of the enemy's defense. They defeated the formations of 3 mechanized, airborne, and ranger brigades, 2 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 territorial defense brigades, 2 marine brigades, and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the settlements of Vladimirovka, Novoekonomichesko, Suvarovo, Krasnoarmeysk, Rodinskoy, Dmitrov, Grodovka of the Donetsk People's Republic, and Daknoy of the Dnipropetrovsk region. The losses of the Ukrainian armed formations amounted to more than 390 servicemen, an armored vehicle HMMWV made in the USA, 7 pickups, and 4 artillery pieces. As a result of active and decisive actions by units of the East Group of Forces, the settlement of Poddubnoye in the Donetsk People's Republic was liberated. Defeat was inflicted on the manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 2 territorial defense brigades in the areas of the settlements of Poltavka, Olgovskoy, Malinovka in the Zaporizhia region, Voskresenka, Novopol, and Karla Marksa in the Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 190 servicemen, 3 combat armored vehicles, 5 cars, and 2 field artillery guns. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces improved their tactical position. Defeated the formations of the mechanized, mountain assault brigades, 3 coastal defense brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and 4 territorial defense brigades in the areas of the settlements of Kamenskoy, Plavny, Belogori, Novoandreevka in the Zaporizhia region, Olgovka, and Sadovo in the Kherson region. Over 70 Ukrainian Armed Forces servicemen, 3 vehicles, a field artillery gun, 7 electronic warfare stations, an ammunition depot, 4 material depots, and a fuel depot were destroyed. Long-range and operational tactical aviation forces strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the Russian armed forces groupings damaged the infrastructure of an airbase, an enterprise producing components for long-range strike unmanned aerial vehicles, ammunition depots, assembly shops, and storage sites for unmanned aerial vehicles and unmanned boats, as well as temporary deployment points of Ukrainian armed forces formations and foreign mercenaries in 141 districts. The Black Sea Fleet destroyed 3 unmanned boats in the Black Sea. Anti-aircraft weapons, 6 guided aerial bombs, and 298 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles were shot down by air defense forces. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 663 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 67,647 unmanned aerial vehicles, 614 anti-aircraft missile systems, 24,143 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,575 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 27,043 field artillery guns and mortars, 37,712 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.